I'm here with Nikki, the product manager for Schneider Kreuznach's iPro lens system for smartphones. Nikki, take us through it, please.
Well, we make these for mostly the Apple iPhones, starting with the iPhone 4 up to the current models. What we do is...
Current models include specifically the 6S and the 6S Plus?
The 6S, yes. We do have to make a slight modification to the 6 case because the 6S is about 0.2 millimeters thicker.
There you go.
And these are very, tight fitting. And so we're going to do a quick modification on that. 6S Plus is a little different of a story because they actually made it a hint longer as well. So that's a reconfiguration of the case. Thank you, Apple. But for now, I'm showing you on the iPhone 6, which is my phone. We did, starting with the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, we teamed up with Element Case to create our new cases.
Wow, so let's show this up so we get a nice view of it.
The nice new case. We still have our mini input right there on the side that takes our handle system, which I'll talk about here in a second.
Great.
But then we also now added 1/4 threads to the sides, which is really great. And what's nice with this one here is when you're shooting vertically in video, you've got an extra 1/4 for a mic or a light if you want to put there.
That sounds great.
Or if you're shooting vertically with photos, when you have this on a ball head, it now can go vertically and it won't hit the side of your ball head like some of them can.
Very nice.
So that was really well thought out. With the key with the case though is this is how we mount our lens, and this ensures that the lens is always centered over the iPhone lens, and that it helps very much to ensure that it's going to have edge-to-edge sharpness. Because with magnets or clips, you run the risk of it going off center really easily.
Very good. So that looks like a bayonet mount?
That is a bayonet mount. So here's our handle system. With our handle, you can screw it in there if you want to do a quick handheld type of run and gun, or if you're shooting overhead. If you've got the iPhone 5S or lower, you don't have the 1/4 threads on those phones, but we have this little trick where this guy unscrews and you've got a 1/4 thread there.
Very interesting. I have to say, may I?
Yes.
I've only ever seen this online. So this is the first time I'm holding it. It is cool, isn't it? Yeah. It's bigger than I thought it would be, but you're going to tell me about why size matters. So let me give it back to you.
Well, the cool thing with this is that this handle is also where the lenses are stored when they're not in use. So the reason that I have the large handle is because I have all 5 of our lenses that we have. You may only have 2 lenses and then you'll have a shorter handle, but this is the max handle length that you're going to ever have. And if you think about it, this is all of our lenses. If you think about it in that sense, this is not that big and it's quite
tiny.
Lightweight.
It's tiny, but let's just run through all the lenses that you have available in this system.
We have a macro lens, which has about a 1-inch working distance.
Wow.
A lot of fun with that lens. We have a fisheye lens, which is a 165-degree fisheye. Has the nice full. In photo mode, you're actually going to see the circular bowl. In video, you lose the outer, the black cropping goes away, but you get this really nice super wide image. Then we have our super wide, which is a 55% increase in width. So you do get a little bit of barrel distortion that way, a little bit of curving, but it's not super distracting. And in video mode, most of that goes away as well. That's my personal favorite lens.
And on the longer end?
Well, we still have one more wide lens. We have a standard wide, which is a 35% increase in width, and that is a rectilinear lens, so there is no bend on that lens. Then we have a 2x telephoto lens, which will double up the length of your lens.
To be fair, 2 times the native lens, focal length equivalent full frame is about 60 millimeters, right?
Correct, yes.
So it's somewhere between what a 35 millimeter fan would say, or a digital full frame fan would say, is normal and modest telephoto.
Yes.
Okay.
We haven't done anything longer, although now we are considering it. We're looking into those options. But you have to remember, when you're working on a phone with such a small sensor size, and the longer that the lens, the focal length is, the more subject it is to motion blur simply by holding it. And So
I think you just sold an iPhone 6s Plus.
Right.
Okay, with optical image stabilization.
Right. So
Got it.
Now the 5S, 6S, and 6 Plus do have electronic stabilizing in it,
Right.
and they do a fairly good job with that as well. But now that we're starting to see these optical and these good electronic, now we're more interested in the longer focal lengths because you really do need that with a small phone like this.
Well, I'm very interested in the longer focal lengths,
Yes.
and I guess my question to you would be, what would be the focal length that you'd go after? That is a full frame equivalent. 80, 85 millimeter, a classic portrait lens, call it a 3X, instead of a 2X?
Yeah, we're looking 3 and 4X and seeing what
Really?
those do. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that many people may not know is Schneider Kreuznach's history. So can you share with us a little bit about that?
Well, Schneider's our parent company. They've been around for, it's now 103 years, I believe, 102. Well, we've definitely passed the centennial birthday on that. And we are the U.S. subsidiary of our company. These lenses are actually born out of the Century Optics lenses, which we own, Century
Right.
Optics. And
Those are
Century's-
auxiliary lenses.
Those have been around. Century is now 67 years old.
Wow.
So they have always made the add-on lenses for high-end video and filmmaking lenses, and we're we're probably the highest end in that line. And how we create those lenses and have the edge-to-edge sharpness from one camera to the next, we took the same engineering and just shrunk it down for the iPhone.
It's really exciting. I'm very familiar with the Schneider Kreuznach legacy. I know that Schneider actually won an Academy Award for technical achievement years ago with its Cine line. And I also happen to have a 1970s era brown Nizo S56, which is a Super 8 camera, creme de la creme, Dieter Rams design. I mean, it looks like it comes straight out of Apple, and attached to that is a Schneider Kreuznach Vario zoom lens. So I'm really interested in seeing how this thing works. Nikki, thanks so much for taking the time. I asked Nikki before we started filming about the E-mount Cine lenses that are coming up. And unfortunately, although they can show us the actual lenses because it's a mount change, we don't get to see the E-mount here today. But when is that coming out, do you think?
We should be getting those within the next 30 to 45 days that they'll be shipping to us from
Very
Germany,
exciting.
and then we'll be shipping them out. And yes, I think that people are really excited about that product. I know the new Sony full frame cameras just have a huge amount of buzz, and for good reason.
Well, Nikki, thank you so much.
Sure, no problem.
Gonna have to get my hands on one of these and give it a spin.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.